What's up, guys? Toogie here, back again. And this is the Manhattan Project. This is the biggest episode of said series, perhaps the biggest episode of any series of mine in quite a while. Draft to glory towards the end? Nah. Rebuilding Hockey Town towards the end? Nah. Nation United throughout the entire fucking thing? Nah. But here we are. The very first season of the Manhattan Project. And we are 4 wins away from achieving our goal. 4 wins away from winning the Stanley Cup, getting Henrik Lundqvist that cup. And again, I just mentioned a Nation United. This is the reason why we picked New York, because there were very few Swedes that we didn't use in that series. Hank was one of them. And the one thing that we were really missing throughout that entire series was an elite Swedish goaltender. You could argue we have that at this point. And again, we are 4 wins away. We swept Toronto, the #1 seed in the East. We were the 8th seed. We survived Ottawa. Jaromir Jagr scores with 50 seconds left. Ryan McDonough wins it in overtime. We survived Washington 7 games. Lundqvist with the shutout in Game 7 after narrowly blowing a 3-1 series lead. And that brings us to this moment. We play the Minnesota Wild, the President's Trophy winning Wild. This is going to be a tough series. Now, I have made lineup changes, as I hinted toward doing at the end of the last episode. And I do think this team is probably set up as best as it can be as far as, I mean, maybe we don't have our best players in their best possible positions, but we do have a lot of players that are underperforming. The bottom line is, I mainly wanted to get this top line set up the way it is, with Matt Zuccarello, who has 14 points this postseason. JT Miller has 16, despite the fact he's been on the third line for most of the time, and Jaromir Jagr, of course. Second line is Kreider, Zibanejad, Buchnevich, Nash with Hayes and Grabner. And the fourth line is still the same as it's been throughout the entire postseason. On defense, trying something new. Brady Shea is with Shattenkirk. Holden is with Camphor. John Michael Lyles will be back very, very soon. Aside from that, though, I believe we are good to go. Let's take a look. And, of course, Henrik Lundqvist is in goal. Why would we have gotten rid of him? He's the man. With all that said, it is time to take a look at what we are up against. We know Minnesota made at least one big trade, as long as I'm not confusing it with a throwaway series that I might have done on Twitch. They acquired Henrik Zetterberg. Almost said Henrik Lundqvist by default. So it's really tough to say what's going to happen. We have them beat. Not that I care about the overall numbers, because, again, the way they factored in that formula and everything, it's kind of weird. But we have them beat in offense and defense. Of course, with the goaltending, they have the nod, Devin Dubnyk. Devin Dubnyk. Question is, though, what else are we looking at? What else are we looking at? Here we go. Let's do this. The top line, Zach Parise, 16 points this postseason. Again, keep in mind they've played 15 games. They've only lost 3 of them. 16 points in 15 games for Zach Parise. He is centered by Mikael Granlund, who, of course, in real life just got that brand new contract, which is actually a really, really good deal. He's done well so far this postseason. Not amazing, but he's done well. And rounding out the top line, if this wants to move over, is Nino Niederreiter. Again, someone else who in real life just got a decent new contract. 11 points this postseason. So, needless to say, Zach Parise firing on all cylinders. Granlund and Niederreiter doing well, but could be doing better. And again, that's why it's scary. They've only lost 3 games. They won the President's Trophy winner, and 2 out of the top 3 players are underperforming. At least they, in some people's opinion. The second line is a little bit interesting. Just a little bit. Henrik Zetterberg, as I said, was acquired by the team. He has 16 points this postseason. He is centered by Eric Stahl. 5 points, a -7. Not the best postseason for old Eric Stahl there. But again, if he wakes up, we could be in a bit of trouble. And the right wing is Tyler Ennis, who does have 10 points this postseason. So definitely an interesting second line there. The third line, Jason Zucker, 4 points, a -3. So now I can't help but wonder, how good is Devan Dubnyk's save percentage going to be? How good is old Dubnyk going to be? Because they have a lot of underperforming players on their team. Zucker is centered by Charlie Coyle, who has to be having a bit of a morale crisis because he is not an 83. He should be better than that. So that's at least promising, but he does have 6 points. And that line is rounded out by Marcus Foligno, who only has 3 points and is a -3. Again, they have a lot of underperforming players. We get to the fourth line where they have a defenseman on the left wing, Mike Riley. 2 points, he's a -1. I don't know how long he's been there, of course, but that would lead me to believe that they have at least one injury. He is centered by Joel Eriksson Ek, who, has he played a game? He hasn't done anything. He has played, there you go. That's AHL games. So he was just called up. Which means, the Wild are dealing with injuries, which is great news for me. Great news for me. And then rounding out the team is Landon Ferraro, an 81 on the fourth line. 9 points, though. 9 points this postseason. So, interesting to see that fourth line. On defense, it's looking pretty good. The top pairing, Ryan Suter, 6 points. He's a +3, the 92 overall defenseman, is on that pairing with Matt Dumba. Again, keep in mind, at the trade deadline, we very, very nearly made a deal with the Wild, exchanging Kreider and Matt Dumba, primarily. There would have been some other pieces involved there. So interesting now that we meet in the Stanley Cup Final. But Dumba's stat line is not looking too bad. Second pairing, Eunice Brodin, he's at least a +3, but no points this postseason, is with Jared Spurgeon, or as the one Don Cherry would call him, Jared Spurgeon. I'll probably say that a lot just because it's funny. The third pairing, though, potentially a bit weak on paper. You do have Kyle Quincy. He is a +5, though, with Ryan Murphy. 2 goals, and he is also a +5. Very interesting. The goaltender is Devan Dubnyk. 90 overall, with a .928 save percentage, which, to be honest, is not as good as I thought it would be. I thought he was going to be around the .940 range, so I am a bit puzzled at how they've only lost 3 games this postseason. I really am. With a lot of underperforming players dealing with injuries, and Dubnyk's doing well, but not incredible, I'm really surprised. And Nicholas Fedberg has played 2 games, or at least has 2 appearances. The question is the injuries, and there are 2 pretty damn big injuries. Mikko Koivu and Chris Stewart. Obviously, one is a bit more important than the other, but that would explain the appearance of Mike Riley and Eriksson Ek. Although it is strange, of course, that you wouldn't just call up another forward to make sure that Mike Riley didn't have to play on the fourth line. So before we begin, let's take a look at the injury report, and let's see just how long is Mikko Koivu out for. Again, injuries have played a factor in this postseason run before. Not only for us losing Henrik Lundqvist, but still making it through. But of course, with Toronto in the first round, having missed Morgan Riley and Frederik Andersen, the answer is, as far as Minnesota goes, it's not looking too good. Mikko Koivu out until May 29th with a concussion. Chris Stewart done for the postseason. But at the very least, they are missing one of their key players, Mikko Koivu, out until the end of the month. It is currently the 23rd, so he'll probably miss 3 games, unless they bring him back a bit earlier. And he should be back for Game 4 at 100%, unless they bring him back sooner. in which case they are risking further injury, but you might just have to do that. I think that pretty much covers it. It is time to get this series underway. The Stanley Cup Final against the Minnesota Wild. Game 1 on the road. What the hell is going to happen? So many questions with their lineup. So many underperforming players, yet they are still here. With our lineup, we have underperforming players, yet we are still here. Let's see, man. Let's see what is going to happen. Let's find out. First period of Game 1. And that's a good start. Jimmy Vesey with that first goal. The Rangers strike first. Pretty much even in shots. Not even on the board. The fourth line gets it done. We're up 1-0 at the end of the opening 20 minutes. But again, we have a long way to go. We can't be too confident. It is the Stanley Cup Final, after all. Second period, though, not looking for another goal. Just keep them off the board, please. Mission accomplished. Just what I asked for. Merry Christmas to me. Thank you, Henrik Lundqvist. Being outshot 23-18, but Hank is the difference maker at the moment. Let's go. Third period. We're still up 1-0 off the back of that Jimmy Vesey goal in the first period. Can we take Game 1 on the road? Again, that is the goal. Win at least one of these first two games in Minnesota. Can we get the job done? Under 5 minutes to go. You have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. You know what? I'll take it. What the fuck? With 3 minutes to go, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Hank's gonna get the shutout. Marcus Foligno scores, but then Matt Zuccarello, seconds later, with the game-winning goal, we put Zook back on the top line, and it pays immediate dividends. He gets the game-winning goal. Mission accomplished. We take the first game of the series. We take a game on the road. The Rangers have the 1-0 series lead. How do you like that? Matt Zuccarello. That is a clutch goal, my friend. Not worthy of the first star, though. That belongs to Henrik Lundqvist, who made 30 saves, 24 for Dubnyk. Marcus Foligno actually ends up as the third star over Matt Zuccarello. I am offended by EA's logic. I am offended, but 1 win down. 3 to go. And apparently John Michael Lyles is fully healthy, and I didn't even realize it. But to be honest, I might just leave him as a scratch player. Like I said, he and Brendan Smith were doing great as the third pair. But I don't know. God, he was doing great, though, right? He really was. And as far as who we can risk scratching, I mean, it has to be Kampfer, who's done fairly well. He and Holden haven't been terrible. They really haven't been. Damn. God, I can't scratch Brady Shea. He's too valuable to this team moving forward. You know what? Because we won, we're going to stay with Steven Kampfer, I think. It's risky because Lyles has been doing so well. And Nick Holden, I don't think his trade value is through the roof. But he is still on a really good contract. So, unfortunately, you know what? No, I'm sorry, Kampfer. You've been doing well. We have to put John Michael Lyles back in. Well, we have to. And as far as this team goes, for the moment, we'll keep the defense the way it is and just do a straight swap of Kampfer for Lyles. And you know what? Let's just send down Kampfer. That should affect his morale a little bit less, as weird as that is. Just kind of the way the game works. I'll go best lines down in Hartford, even though, of course, they were eliminated in the second round. But we'll do that, and we should be good to go. So John Michael Lyles is back. We took Game 1. I'm not going to say the same thing I did in the Capitals series. To hell with, we can afford to lose this game. Screw that. We're going to win this game, and we are going to take a 2-0 series lead back to MSG. Let's do this. Game 2, let's go. Come on. I believe in this team at this point. It took a while, but I believe in this team. Can we get the job done is the question. First period of Game 2. Well, just allow me to take a quick swig of water here. All right, it's fine. No, it's fine. We outshot them 17-8, but we're down 2-0 at the end of the first period. Granlund and Stahl. That Stahl goal is a bit of a backbreaker with 35 seconds to go. Right. Okay. No, it's fine. We have time. We have time. It's fine. What are you worrying about? I'm not worried. No, not at all. Second period, can we at least get a goal back? So that happened. Ryan McDonough and Matt Zuccarello. You know, two of the more clutch players in this postseason run. It's it's whoo. What a ridiculous game thus far. Unreal. First period, Granlund and Stahl. Second period, McDonough and Zuccarello. We are all tied up, despite outshooting them 30-20. We are all tied up. At the end of the second period here in Game 2, it's anybody's ball game at this point. I know it's not a ball game, technically. You get the point. It's a phrase. Third period of Game 2. Let's go. Let's win both games on the road to start this series. Let's make a statement. Jaromir Jagr with the goal. 14 left in regulation. We are halfway through the third. 6 minutes to go. And Jason Zucker ties it. Can we get a quick answer, please, like we did last time? Please? Shit. Jagr gets the goal. Jason Zucker has tied it. Devin Dubnyk right now is keeping his team in it. 41 shots to 27. Yet we are tied at 3 goals apiece, and we are going to overtime. All right. As I always say, it may just end quickly. Don't blink. You might miss it. Mika Zibanejad, I'm calling your name. It's your time to shine. Overtime. Let's go. Let's get this win. Please. I'm begging you. Kreider, Zibanejad, Nash. Zibanejad, baby! Calling my shots. The Rangers are up 2-0. 2 wins down. 2 to go. Mika Zibanejad. Mystic Toog is back. He's back. Did you doubt me? Did you doubt me? Don't doubt me. Don't doubt my belief in this team. Don't doubt it. Don't fucking doubt it again. Mika Zibanejad with the OT winner. 4-3 in Game 2. 2 wins down, 2 to go. That's right. That's right. Oh my God. My God. Jaromir Jagr was your first star of the game. 3-point night for him. Zibanejad, the GWG, good enough for the second star. Zuccarello with a 3-point night himself. The Rangers, as I predicted, are going back. They are going back. Why is Lyles complaining about ice time? Fuck you, you're a third-pairing defenseman. The Rangers are going back home with a 2-0 series lead. And you know what? There's no reason to make any lineup changes. There's no reason to contemplate doing anything different. We're going to jump right into it. Game 3. On home ice. The chance to take the 3-0 series lead. It's on the line. Let's get the job done. Let's do this. First period of Game 3 is scoreless, pretty much even in shots. Much different than being down 2-0 at the end of the first period. But that's all right. That's all right. Second period, will we see a goal? Yeah, we'll see a couple of them. We'll see a trio of them, won't we? Huh. So, were we going to bother showing up in the second period? Niederreiter, Granlund, and Jared Spurgeon with the goals. Third period. Swing and a miss. The home team, through 3 games at least, we've seen a series where, the road team could just simply not win. That happened in the Ottawa series until Game 7. And now so far, through 3 games, the home team has yet to win. What a turnaround for the Wild. A 28-save shutout for Devan Dubnyk. The 3-0 victory for the Wild. And they are on the board. We still have the 2-1 series lead. But that is concerning. Still not worth a lineup change yet. Not yet. But if we lose this game, then we definitely consider it. But the good thing is, we're not going to lose this game. We're not going to lose it. We're good. We're good to go. Game 4. Let's jump right into it. It's time to reverse that streak. It's time to be the first team to win a game on home ice in this series. Let's get the job done. First period of Game 4, and that's at least better. Zucker gets on the board again, but then John Michael Lyles, moments later, ties the game up. Welcome back, JML. And we are tied. Despite being outshot 15-9, we are tied at the end of the first period, but we still have a long way to go. Second period. Can we get the goal? Please. No goals at all. Which, to be honest, can you really be all that disappointed in that result? In the score as it stands, when we're being outshot 29-12, we took the 2-0 series lead, we get back to home ice and just decided, fuck it. Please show up for the third period, get that 3-1 series lead, and we'll win the cup in Minnesota. I don't care, we don't have to win it on home ice. Henrik Lundqvist is keeping us in it. Let's see if he can continue to do that. Third period of Game 4. Early power play chance for the Wild, and they capitalize. Mikko Koivu is back in, and he gets a gigantic goal for the Wild. Jágr ties it up, though, with 9:05 to go. It's just about to say halfway through the third. We have another power play opportunity. Matt Zuccarello scores. We have another one. What is going on? Please hold on, Henrik. And we are 1 win away. We are 1 win away. My voice is just about gone. Mikko Koivu made it 2-1. Jágr ties it. Zuccarello ends it. 3-2 victory in Game 4. For the first time in this series, somebody wins on home ice, and the Rangers are 1 win away. Lundqvist, your first star, with 35 saves, and then a 2-point night for both Zuccarello and Jágr. Again, they have been our 2 best players all season long, at least excluding Hank. And we are 1 win away from winning the Stanley Cup in our first season. The very first attempt. Look at this, by the way. Zuccarello's a minus player, but he has 20 points. JT Miller's a +9, 19 points. Jaromir Jágr. Absolutely insane. 23 points in this postseason. That is ridiculous. That's the most points that's nearly the most points he's ever had in his postseason career. He had 24 points way back in 1992. Oh my God. Jaromir Jágr. 23 points. And we are 1 win away. We are 1 win away from the Cup in our first year. We go to Minnesota for Game 5. Ridiculous. Could you imagine? 25 years later, Jágr gets the Cup. Could you imagine? Let's do this, man. Let's go. We've yet to lose in Minnesota. Can we keep that as fact after this game? The Cup's in the building. The Cup is in the building. First period of Game 5, and we have a 2-1 lead. Mika Zibanejad and Jesper Fast made it 2-0. Ryan Murphy gets a goal back not too long after the Fast goal. But still, it's promising. And we have the 2-1 lead. Ryan Murphy, though, you just had to get that goal, huh? You just had to get that goal. Second period. Oh my God. Jágr strikes again. Mikko Koivu at 40 seconds left in the second period gets a gigantic goal for the Wild. Like, there's no other way to put it. 22 shots apiece. We had the 3-2 lead, but it very well could have been a 3-1 lead had they not gotten that last goal. I mean, that could be the turnaround for the Wild to end up winning this game. I certainly hope that isn't the case. We have a 3-1 series lead. We are 20 minutes away from the Cup. 20 minutes away. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's do this. Third period of Game 5. We have that 3-1 series lead against the President's Trophy winning Minnesota Wild. We couldn't capitalize on that power play, and the former Ranger Eric Stahl has tied it. And with 5 minutes to go, it went down to 4. Oh my God. We will slow down the sim. This is ridiculous. And that Stahl goal really hurts, by the way. It really does. 1:17 on the clock. I'm ready to hit the X button if necessary. 14 seconds left. 10 seconds left. And we are going to overtime in Game 5 with the Cup in the building. And I have no choice. but to sit here and intervene and essentially commentate over this overtime, which who knows how long this is going to take. Now, I've had to do this before, right? And by the way, I don't know whether I should go coach or CPU versus CPU. I'm going to go coach, I think. I think that's a better way to do it. Oh my God. Now, here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. That is not what I meant to go to. Meant to go to visual. Meant to go to visual for camera. Do we pick true broadcast? Or do I just go, I'll go with the normal classic. I was tempted to go true broadcast. But we'll go with the classic, because that way, too, it'll be easier to see names and be easier to see the play. But I'm going to leave it 20-minute periods. I don't know. Part of me does want to go true broadcast. You know what, though? I can't take up too much time. I can't take up too much time. It's a good thing my voice is already given out. Because now I get to do commentary. True commentary. At least to the best of my ability. At this point. Which, hold on. Let me just double check. Well, what will the true broadcast camera look like? I do wonder. Let's find out what's it look like. You know what? That's not too bad. Fuck it. We'll leave it on that. Let's do this. Come on. Game 5. Overtime. Jared Spurgeon. Granlund across the blue line. Don't give him that much space. Good Lord, what are you doing? Granlund, the Niederreiter. Huge save by Hank. Seconds into it. Miller with the turnover, but at least crosses the line. Spurgeon for Parise. The windmill into the middle, but it's broken up. McDonough battling Parise. Jared Spurgeon, the shot. Save again by Hank. Perhaps. It went wide. Granlund again. Dug out of the corner at Smith. Miller to Zuccarello. Finally, the Rangers able to clear the zone. Matt Zuccarello trying to work into space. Throws a backhand on goal saved by Dubnyk. Zuccarello's there, but he can't get control of the puck. Henrik Zetterberg battling for a cup as well. Nino Niederreiter into the zone. Around for Zetterberg. Battled off by Smith, who's been out there for a while. Zetterberg recovers. Trying to jam it home. Zibanejad almost turns it over. Smith gets it to Kreider. Counterattack for the Rangers. Chris Kreider looking for space. Buchnevich left, just hung out to dry by Kreider, but he's still battling. Gets it for Shea. Zibanejad into the zone. Looking for someone. Tries to throw a shot on because he's absurd. And just not that smart, but he does win the puck back and is able to dump it in. Rangers get the line change here on the counterattack. I believe that is Charlie Coyle for the Wild. Looking for space. Finds Henrik Zetterberg. And it was actually Tyler Ennis, and he gets the puck back. Excuse me. Zetterberg the chance. Save by Henrik Lundqvist. Kevin Hayes to Rick Nash. How great would it be for Nash to score? Back for Kevin Hayes. The shot is saved by Devin Dubnyk. Dubnyk with the save. Top 10 in goals. Jake Gensel with 10. Jaromir Jagr, though, in a massive tie for second in goal scoring this postseason. Nash, Hayes, and Grabner are out. Third line against third line. Hayes and Stahl tie up. Foligno able to get the puck. Quincy to Jason Zucker. He will send it in. Cut off by Lundqvist. Picked up by Lyles around the back for Nick Holden. He turns it over to Jason Zucker. Drops it back. Puck in front for Foligno. Nash gets decked. Foligno takes the shot. Save by Lundqvist, and Lyles is able to dig it out. Breakout pass for Grabner. He's got Nash with him. He'll send it around the back. Nash against Kyle Quincy. Nash is able to get the puck. Can he recover? Hell of a battle there. Quincy, though, is able to get the better of it. Foligno struggles, turns it over to Nash. Pass over, and the shot goes wide. Pass over, apparently, huh? Jesper Fast dumps it in. My God, Kyle Quincy is able to get the puck to warp back to his tape. Don't worry about it as Zucker sends it in. It has been under 3 minutes. Ridiculous. Nick Holden for Desharnais. The fourth line is out. Jesper Fast will send it around. Can Vesey give chase? He can. Come on, cameraman, catch up to the play. Eric Stahl able to get the puck back. He dumps it in. Both teams just determined to get the double chase working. Torrey Mitchell is apparently in the lineup. At least I believe it's Torrey Mitchell. But thankfully, Rangers are able to clear. Jimmy Vesey sends it in. Sends it in. Eunice Brodin with the puck back for Charlie Coyle. Through the neutral zone. Tries to dump it in. It is broken up. Brady Shea battling Charlie Coyle. Mitchell back down low for Coyle. Bumped off by Zuccarello. Rangers have the advantage on paper. Mitchell for Landon Ferraro. What a save! What a save by the King. Henrik Lundqvist with a gigantic save. Mika Zibanejad leads in hits, by the way. We're a physical team. We're a physical team. All of this because we cannot miss Henrik Lundqvist potentially raising the cup. Zuccarello to Jágr. Carrying through the neutral zone. Jaromir Jágr tries to make the move. Pass inside. Saved by Dubnyk. Puck's loose, but it's covered. It is covered by Devan Dubnyk. Great chance there for the top line. Not the best shot, perhaps, but damn it, good enough. First line against fourth line. Somehow, we have that mismatch advantage in our favor. JT Miller can't win this draw, though. Ferraro for Mitchell. I do wonder when Mitchell was called up. Hank unable to stop the puck. Shattenkirk. Great pass over for JT Miller. Over for Jágr. And he loses it, though. Henrik Zetterberg gathers through the neutral zone. Over the blue line. And loses it to Brendan Smith. There's a battle between former teammates. Ennis takes the shot. Big save from Hank yet again. Jágr through the neutral zone. Stripped by Zetterberg. My God, this is stressful. This is so stressful. Jágr digs the puck out of the end board. Zuccarello through the neutral zone. Over for Mika Zibanejad. Buchnevich fresh off the bench, and the shot goes wide. The stress is real. I believe this is Parise. Looking for someone. Puck broken up. Pass broken up. Matt Dumba gets it for Niederreiter. In front. What a save by Hank. He's doing everything he can. Dumba, the shot is broken up. Loose in front. Zibanejad recovers. Buchnevich through the neutral zone. Gets shots on goal, you bastards. What an interception by Koivu. Buchnevich to the point. It's Smith. McDonough back again. Smith's shot goes high. I think that went off of Zibanejad's face. Somebody get that man a cage. Jágr and Zuccarello, by the way, leading this postseason in points. By the way, I really should change the lines for the AI. The AI not quite smart enough to not have dead, tired players out there. I should probably pay attention to that. Zibanejad, Kreider in front. In front. We couldn't get the clean shot off. Let's get the fourth line out there. And the third pairing defense. Don't mind me as I clear my throat. It's all good. It's all good. Come on. Parise for Niederreiter. It is an unfortunate matchup. Fourth line against first, but the energy is on our side. Kyle Quincy takes the shot. Another save by Lundqvist. Lyles around the back. The forecheck successful for Granlund. Over for Niederreiter. Shot is blocked. Jesper Fast recovers and is at least able to clear the puck out. Kyle Quincy back across the blue line. Will send it around behind the net. Jesper Fast able to recover. Lyle's able to dig it out. Board plays himself for some reason. And the Wild take a penalty. The Rangers will go on the power play. A holding call on Granlund. Tied up with Jesper Fast. Could this be the moment? Could this be the chance? And by the way, here, let's get just at least a tad bit of background sound. Let's go. Buchnevich, Hayes, and Kreider are out. Face-off one for the Wild and cleared by Kyle Quincy. Shattenkirk retrieves. Looks for the quick breakout. That is an unfortunate turnover and an icing on their power play. Unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. My God. Come on now, another face-off win for the Wild. Quincy for Jonas Brodin, back for Mikko Koivu. The shot may have gone wide. I can't quite tell, but that's okay. JT Miller through the neutral zone. The cup's in the building. Miller, the move, loses the handle. Miller for Kreider. Oh my God, what a save by Devan Dubnyk. Could you imagine if Chris Kreider was the one to get the cup-winning goal? Could you imagine? My God. Come on now, 1:28 to go on this power play. Of course, it's in real time. It's felt like we've been here for 7 to 8 minutes, and the puck is over. Delay of game penalty. A 5-on-3 power play. Matt Dumba takes the pen. Oh my God. Dude, if we win this, we nearly traded Chris Kreider for Matt Dumba, and Dumba, in overtime of Game 5, with the cup on the line, takes the pen. 5-on-3 power play for the Rangers. The face-off's won. McDonough the shot. It's blocked. Puck is loose in the corner. Jared Spurgeon sends it around. The Rangers will corral Nash for Jágr. McDonough for Zuccarello, and a huge save by Devan Dubnyk. What a save by Dubnyk. Do we still have our timeout? I will call our timeout right here if we still have it. And we do. Now's the time. We'll call our timeout. We'll get the lines refreshed. Let's go. Come on. Zibanejad versus Koivu on the draw. Won by Zibanejad. Rick Nash the shot. Saved by Dubnyk. And Ryan Suter is able to clear. Minute to go on the 5-on-3. Rick Nash for Matt Zuccarello through the neutral zone. Zook with the move. Over for Zibanejad. Back for Zuccarello. The shot saved by Dubnyk. Puck's loose and another huge save. It was Jágr on the doorstep. Devan Dubnyk. What a save. Robbing Jágr of the cup-winning goal. Ryan McDonough through the neutral zone. Captain Clutch skating in. Around the back of the net, tries to throw it back in front. It's corralled. Zibanejad able to keep it. Throws the shot on. Another save by Dubnyk. Quincy is able to clear. Jágr denied the game-winning goal, the cup-winning goal. Nash turns it over to Mikko Koivu, but he'll send it back around. 15 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. JT Miller for Chris Kreider. Windmill through the middle. Kreider's shot saved by Dubnyk. They're unable to clear the puck. Dubnyk will cover and freeze. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The saves by Devan Dubnyk. Hayes versus Ferraro on the draw. Ferraro holds his own. Spurgeon tries to clear. He can't. Ferraro drops back for Spurgeon. And he will. 30 seconds to go. Granlund out of the box. Let's see what can happen here. JT Miller across the blue line into the zone. Looks back. Finds Pavel Buchnevich. Miller looking for the pass. Finds it. What a save by Dubnyk. What a save on the cross crease. Devan Dubnyk. Shattenkirk retrieves. It's the power play. Close to expiring. Buchnevich carries in. And is able to dump it around. That will do it. The Wild survive. Buchnevich with puck down low. Across for Chris Kreider. And another gigantic save by Devan Dubnyk. Absolutely unbelievable effort from Devan Dubnyk. What a save on Chris Kreider. Wow. All right, first line still out there. Zuccarello, Miller, and Jágr. Koivu able to win the draw. Zetterberg having trouble. Ennis as well. Zetterberg loses it to JT Miller. They're battling for it, and Miller takes the hook. Zetterberg across the line, and the Wild will have a chance of their own on the power play. JT Miller takes the pen. He was in a battle with Henrik Zetterberg. Miller goes to the box. It's a power play opportunity now for the Wild. Zibanejad and Desharnais out on the penalty kill. Zibanejad able to win the draw. Desharnais struggling to find space. Matt Dumba has it at the point. Zetterberg for Suter. Dumba. And Suter unable to hold it. Unable to keep it in the zone. A lucky break there. But still a long, long way to go. Another face-off, another win. McDonough for Shattenkirk, Desharnais, and now it's Grabner. Michael Grabner looking to make a move. Finds Ryan McDonough. Desharnais' shot blocked down. He recovers, though, and loses it again to Ryan Suter. Zach Parise looking to lead the rush. He's alone and runs straight into the traffic. Desharnais on the counterattack. It's Michael Grabner battling Dumba. Grabner still battling. He loses out, though, and now it's Parise coming back for the Wild. Zach Parise looking to make a move. Loses the puck. McDonough is able to clear, and the Rangers will change. Absolutely incredible. Granlund through the neutral zone. Looking back for a passing option. Tries to find, I think that was Niederreiter, picked off though by Brady Shea. Shea for Zibanejad. Shot, he scores! Mika Zibanejad scores! And the New York Rangers have won the Stanley Cup in 5 games over the Minnesota Wild. The Rangers have done it in their first season, the first season of the Manhattan Project, and they get the job done. Henrik Lundqvist is a Stanley Cup champion. The game-winning goal, the short-handed goal from Mika Zibanejad in overtime. And the Rangers have won the Cup. Jaromir Jagr is your Conn Smythe winner. 24 points at 45 years old. And the Rangers will raise the cup. Ryan McDonough, Captain Clutch, receives the cup. And for the first time in 23 years, the New York Rangers are Stanley Cup champions. Can you believe it? And for some reason, Rick Nash gets the cup first. That's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Grabner gets it before Lundqvist. What is this shit? What is it? I mean, come on. How long are you going to make Hank wait for? Zuccarello deserves it. There we go. The moment we've been waiting for. A Swedish goalie has won the cup. We don't even get to see Jagr raise it. Who gives a shit? In our first season, the Rangers take home the Stanley Cup. The Manhattan Project has been a success. Unbelievable. Jaromir Jagr wins the Conn Smythe at 45 years old. Henrik Lundqvist is a Stanley Cup champion. And Mika Zibanejad scores short-handed in overtime. His second goal of the game earns him the first star. That is insane. And we will watch this play back in full. In full, as my voice is just fucked. Granlund through the zone. What does he do from here? Tries to cut back. Tries to find the pass. Was it for Nino? It was for Stahl. For Eric Stahl, picked off by Brady Shea. Good bit of patience to avoid the guys coming out of the box. Finds Mika Zibanejad the second they cross the blue line. And then from there, Zibanejad in space, rears back, fires off the bottom of the glove of Dubnyk. Bounces in behind him. And in the magical moment, Mika Zibanejad. I called my shot earlier in this series, in this postseason, saying Mika Zibanejad will score. He does. And then of all players, to get the goal, in Matt Dumba's face, pretty much. Oh my God, Mika Zibanejad. I almost said Matt Zuccarello. It might as well have been Matt Zuccarello. Mika Zibanejad with the goal. I mean, there's a Dumba, there's a Matt Dumba, there's a Mikael Granlund, there's a Mika Zibanejad. Holy shit. The New York Rangers have won the Stanley Cup in our first season. We went from division title contenders to making the playoffs as the 8th seed, sweeping the top team in the Eastern Conference, the Toronto Maple Leafs, surviving Game 7 against the Ottawa Senators, in which Jaromir Jagr needed to score with 52 seconds left to force overtime, surviving Game 7 against the Capitals after nearly blowing a 3-0 lead and getting the shutout from Hank in Game 7, and then in Game 5, the shorthanded overtime winner. Not to mention the comebacks beforehand, another overtime winner. Mika Zibanejad gets the job done. And the New York Rangers have won the Stanley Cup. By the way, I'm still very disappointed in the Hartford Wolfpack for not doing better. 52 wins, but there you have it. That beautiful blue banner in our first season. The New York Rangers have won the Stanley Cup. Absolutely unreal. And we still need to sim a little bit ahead until the Calder Cup is decided. And it was just decided. I completely skipped over who it was. It was the Rockford Ice Hogs. Well, good for you. Well, good for you. Let's take a look. Again, you know what? Here, let's look at the full bracket, shall we? Let's look at the full bracket. Minnesota, 6 games over Chicago, 5 games over Dallas. They swept the Edmonton Oilers, only to lose to us in 5 games. By the way, Rockford, I was wondering if they beat Wilkes-Barre, who beat us in 5 games. They didn't, because Wilkes-Barre didn't even make it to the final. They lost to the Rochester Americans. Jaromir Jagr won the Conn Smythe at 45 years old, 24 points in 23 games. Unreal. Again, for what he's done in the postseason, you got to look way back to 1992. 24 points in 21 games. But Jaromir Jagr has done it again. He is a Stanley Cup champion. He has won the Conn Smythe yet again. 22 points for Zuccarello. Again, to try and get other players to up their game, we had to break up Jagr and Zuccarello at a certain time. But we put them back together, and it was just pure magic. 22 points for Zook. And then JT Miller started the postseason and played the majority of the season on the third line. He ends up on the first line when we win the Cup. 19 points. Insane. Zibanejad ended up with 18, and of course the Cup-winning goal. Grab number 12 points. Buchnevich with 11. 10 for Kreider and Vesey. You could talk about other disappointments as far as individual players go. We don't have to worry about it too much, though, because we won the damn Cup. Shattenkirk with 9 points. He was a plus 12. 9 points for Nash. 8 for Kevin Hayes and Jesper Foss, for that matter. 7 for Desharnais. Ryan McDonough, 4 goals. All of them pretty much clutch. It's pretty much how it goes. And then finally, you can say Stanley Cup champion Henrik Lundqvist. 15 appearances, an 11-4 record with a .937 save percentage and 4 shutouts. But you cannot overlook Ondrej Pavelec. You cannot overlook Ondrej Pavelec, who again had a .901 save percentage in the regular season. We came so close to trading him. We came so close to sending him down. Literally just sending him down and signing a different goalie. I think it was going to be Mark DeCanich, who was a 77 overall, because I was sick of his shit. We had to play him because of the Hank injury, and he ends up with a 5-2 record and a .931 save percentage and led the way in the Ottawa series. We were without him, or we were without Hank for the end of the Toronto series and the entire Ottawa series. Ondrej Pavelec deserves credit. He really does. What a job he did for us this season, and I guess he'll be back next year. Devin Dubnyk, my God, what a fight he put up. What a fight he put up. And then you take a look, though, at the entire league throughout the postseason. I mean, Yager, Zuccarello, Miller, yeah, they played more games. But what a job done by them. Absolutely incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible. And as you get a look at the team stats, I mean, goals for per game, fuck it. Let's just look at the awards. Let's just look at the awards. Bottom line is, we got the job done. We are the Stanley Cup champions. Minnesota, you can take that President's Trophy. I don't care. I don't care. The Rangers, the New York Rangers, trademark Rangers, trademark, are Stanley Cup champions. We'll look at the player awards. Alex Ovechkin won the Art Ross as well as the Hart Trophy. Didn't help you out too much in the playoffs, did it? You made it past the second round, but that's all you did. The Norris Trophy went to John Carlson. Didn't help you out too much. Now did it. The Lady Bing goes to Phil Kessel. The Calder went to Mitch Marner. Not all that surprising if you remember when we took a look at the stats. The Conn Smythe, though. Jaromir Jagr wins the Conn Smythe. The Vezina Trophy goes to Henrik Lundqvist in what could be his last season. It could be, but he gets the job done. The Jennings went to Hellebuck and Mason in Winnipeg. Oddly enough, the Masterton to Adam McQuaid. Jordan Staal again wins the Selke because this game is weird. Ovechkin wins the Ted Lindsay and the Rocket Richard. So what a year for Ovi. What a year for Ovi. But in the end, he fell just short, buddy. Just a little bit short. Down in the AHL, Mike Vecchione scored the most points for the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. He was also the league MVP. Malte Stromwall scored the most goals. That's just what he does. He was also the Rookie of the Year. Matt Grzelcyk was the Defenseman of the Year. Best goaltender was Anton Forsberg. Tanner Kero was the MVP of the playoffs. Stromwall took home a little bit more hardware just for being a good guy. Rob O'Gara is great around the community, and Antoine Bibeau did fairly well. Did fairly well for the team. Oh my God, the New York Rangers are Stanley Cup champions. The New York Rangers are Stanley Cup champions, and you know what? I'm not going to sour the moment. We will call this the episode in the next one because, yes, this series will be continuing. This series will be continuing. Yes, we won the Cup in year one, but who knows what's going to happen next for the Rangers, including, will we see the retirement of Jaromir Jagr? Probably. Will we see the retirement of Henrik Lundqvist? Maybe. But we're going to have to wait until the next episode to find out, because that, to me, would be ending the episode on a bad note. For now, let's just sit back and enjoy knowing that we have won the Stanley Cup in our first season. So for those on Twitch, stick around, but thank you for joining me live throughout this. For those watching on YouTube after the fact, I still love you. Don't worry. I do thank you very much for watching. You know what you have to do to support the video and the channel and all that stuff. But you know what you got to do to keep following, subscribing, notification squads, and Twitter and all that stuff. And you know what to do. All I can say is that the New York Rangers are Stanley Cup champions. God damn it. God damn it, we did it.